There are several thousand collisions involving trains each year, which result in over 1,000 injuries and several hundred deaths. A majority of these deaths occur when someone is struck by a train while trespassing on railroad property. Remember, railroad property is private property. Trespassing along railroad property is not only against the law, it's very dangerous. Avoid taking shortcuts. The only safe place to cross railroad tracks is at a designated crossing. Don't get caught dead on the tracks. Stay off, stay away, stay alive.
Visit elmhurst.org to explore the new City of Elmhurst website. Find out the latest Elmhurst news, pay utility bills and parking tickets, report concerns, and much more. Elmhurst.org is an ideal way to discover what Elmhurst offers your business, your family, your life.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Michael Pavlik, and I'm Director of Bands of York High School, and we are absolutely delighted to be able to welcome you to our 2012 Band Festival. As you can see, this is quite the unique spectacle, and what a marvelous statement this is for our district to have close to 900 band students, everyone with an instrument in their hands. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Yeah, I would recognize that, absolutely. And I'm just absolutely honored to be able to introduce our wonderful and delightful superintendent, Mr. Dave Pernod. So please welcome him.
Good evening, and welcome to the biannual Elmhurst Community School District 205 Band Festival. The district in this band festival is really an opportunity for band students of each of our 12 schools to rehearse, number one, and then perform tonight in a large concert event that showcases their growth as musicians from grades 4 through 12. And this band festival is a tradition that goes back to 1974. There are very few things that last that long, and yet this festival continues to expand and grow. Each of the band students today had an opportunity to attend a rehearsal here at York High School, and I was visiting classrooms at Lincoln today, and I can tell you there was excitement when the buses rolled up and the Lincoln students started arriving at York and getting on those buses. And they got a chance to work with all of the students across the district, which is very special. Tonight, after we hear each elementary, middle school, and high school perform their musical selections, we will get to hear all of them perform together in one finale under the direction of Dr. Peter Griffin of Elmhurst College. So a very special event. Before we do anything else, though, I'd like to take a minute, and if I could have the band and music teachers stand up, if you're already standing, wave, and I want to thank them for their dedication to come and put this on for all of the students here in Elmhurst. Thank you, staff and teachers. We sometimes take that for granted, but it really takes dedicated individuals who are all about our students and children to be able to do this and dedicate their time to this. So I really want to thank them. You can help us too by making sure these students have worked hard at this performance tonight. I would ask that your electronic devices be shut off so that everybody can enjoy this wonderful performance tonight. So if you would take a few minutes and just make sure your electronic device is turned off, that would be great, and we much appreciate it. With that, I am going to introduce Mr. Brian Berg, who will take you through the rest of the program. Thank you.
Good evening. I have the privilege of introducing the first band. There is a slight correction to the program. The first piece will be actually conducted by Nancy Flanagan, and the next two pieces are conducted by Heather Knight. So just flip-flop those in your program. I will introduce the District 205 Combined Prep Band under the direction of Mrs. Nancy Flanagan. Flanagan is a band director in the Bryan area with our schools Bryan, Lincoln, Jackson, and Jefferson. I'd like to welcome to the podium Mrs. Heather Knight, Sandburg area band director. Thank you. Mrs. Knight is the director at Sandburg as well as Field and Edison Schools. Before we move to our next group, I would like to acknowledge a faculty member that inadvertently got left off the program. She's Miss Barbara Scott from the Churchville area. She teaches orchestra there as well as some of our band classes. So Ms. Scott, thank you for your help. I would like to now welcome to the podium, directing the District 205 Combined Intermediate Band, Mr. Ricardo Vasquez. When not driving antique cars, Mr. Vasquez is the band director at Sandburg as well as Hawthorne Schools. For the next portion of our program, I'd like to welcome to the podium with the combined District 205 Middle School Concert Band, Mrs. Cindy Krause. Thank you. And for the last 8 years, it's been a tremendous opportunity to be the band director at Bryan, as well as Lincoln, Jackson, and Jefferson, and to direct all of the students this year and the past years. I'm going to turn the next portion of the program over to my colleagues at York High School, Mr. Bill Riddle and Mr. Mike Pavlik.
Good evening. Moving right along, I wanted to just briefly introduce the next selection you're going to hear. Many or most of you probably have not heard or seen an indoor drum line before. You might have noticed tonight, and if you've been at the band concerts at the high school over the last few years, a lot of percussion playing going on. And our indoor drum line is really a combination of outdoor drum line, which you might see, or you do see with the marching band, and an indoor, more percussion ensemble element. And so as you see the pitched bass drums in the back is part of our battery that you'd see outside, and the musicians that are in front of them are actually playing mallet instruments, xylophones, marimbas, vibraphones, and a variety of other toys, we call them, or traps. This is a tune entitled The Machine, and you're going to get to hear quite a bit of different percussion sounds. This is directed by Aaron Cavalman, who is our fantastic percussion instructor who works not only with our outdoor drum line, but our indoor drum line, percussion ensembles as well, and teaches privately for us. So looks like I think they're about ready. There's always a bit of setup involved. Are we good? Okay, we got the thumbs up. So I hope you enjoy The Machine.
There we go. Wanted to just say a couple of words directed at, well, everyone, in particular, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th graders, to just keep on keeping on with your instruments. Parents, studies have shown, that's right, give it up, exactly. Studies have shown, favorite book of mine, it's called The Talent Code, where this guy does research and he says that if students start out just thinking that, oh yeah, I'm going to play all the way through senior year in high school, every bit of their practice that they do is more efficient. It's just thinking that, yeah, I'm going to continue on and do this. And we very specifically, we wanted the jazz band to play, we wanted the drum line to play, to give you an idea of like, this is what it would be like if you were a part of our jazz program, or in a jazz combo, or in one of the jazz bands, or if you were in the marching band, that would be the feel of what happens with the indoor drum line. And what we want to tell you is that there is a place for you at the high school, and you will love it. And you just have to just keep on keeping on. Parents, we've had my own children go through the the routine of getting up for that 6th, 7th, and 8th grade years in the morning, and it's cold, and they'd rather sleep. Yes, we feel your pain. Do it. Keep them going. This is so vitally, vitally important. They're going to learn things about themselves. They're going to connect with things inside them that they don't realize that they have. And if they give the instrument up, they're not going to realize those things, and it's going to be a shame. They're also going to miss an opportunity to connect with just a group of friends that they get to grow with through the 4 years at high school. How many of you would say that you have some of your best friends in band? Raise your hand. Yes? Right, exactly. That's it. Yeah. And that's just the way it works. And I am so privileged to be around these students every day. These are exactly the kids you want your kids hanging out with, believe me. And so there are so very many reasons for you to continue. But I want to end with this portion of my little spiel with this. This was part of a senior thesis for application to different schools, and it's a senior trumpet player. And I just wanted to tell her, she's supposed to remain anonymous, although she's a senior trumpet player in the symphonic band, and that narrows it down a little bit. She's a beautiful writer. I just want to read just a couple of things from this. We have a small ensemble program that basically is like the percussion ensemble, where it's a small group of people, but it's easy to move them out into the community and play at different places. The student writes, one of my most valuable and memorable service experiences when I was playing with my brass ensemble at a nursing home. Participating in musical service has become a source of joy for me. Music can connect me to others in my community in ways that I would have never dreamed possible. And I got tingles when I read that, because there are this limitless store of possibilities within the arts, and you just have to keep on keeping on. So we want to see you there, all right? Commit to it, all right? Because it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. Now, all right, I want to now introduce our guest clinician. And Peter Griffin became chair of the music department at Elmhurst College in 2011. He came to Elmhurst from the University of Illinois, where he was served as assistant director of bands and director of athletic bands, conductor of the Marching Illini, the Hinsley Concert Band, the British Brass Band, and he was coordinator of the Illini Marching Band Championships, and has served as a clinician, guest conductor, and an educator across the state and throughout the United States. And he's held band positions at the University of Illinois for about 17 years. Now, he is a remarkable resource that we have in our community. We were fortunate to have retired Colonel Tim Foley, who was director of the Marine Band in Washington, D.C. for many years. And I mentioned to him that we at Elmhurst College had hired Dr. Griffin, and he says, I know Pete really well. And he said Elmhurst did a really, really smart thing by hiring him. As director of the Marine Band in Washington, D.C., the president's own band says that carries a lot of weight, and we are very, very, very privileged to have him here. And then I just want to also add that not only is he director of the music program at Elmhurst College, but he is just a delightful family that are just such a welcome addition to our city of Elmhurst. And so without further ado, please welcome up Dr. Peter Griffin.
I just want to say one quick word. That is thanks. My family and I, we've been here for 9 months now, and the Elmhurst community and schools could not be more welcoming, and my colleagues and students at Elmhurst College have been the same. So my thanks to all of you. I know I don't know you, but I feel very comfortable in the community. But I do have to say one thing. I'd led marching bands for quite a long while. I've been with marching bands for 28 years in some director capacity and marched in them for another 8. And I thought, well, I'm done with ladders. I don't have to stand on ladders anymore. And when I walked in this evening, I was thinking, well, what are they going to do with me? How am I going to be able to see everybody? And there it was, the ladder. So I climbed the ladder once again. Thank you very much.
I'm John Quigley, President and CEO of the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce and Industry. In these challenging economic times, it's imperative that our residents and businesses band together to not only shop Elmhurst, but buy Elmhurst whenever possible. We have great stores in our city center, Spring Road, Butterfield Road, York and Villette Streets, St. Charles and Route 83, North Avenue and Lake Street, along North York and even Grand Avenue. I ask for your help. Let's keep our tax dollars in Elmhurst.
1 in every 150 children is diagnosed with autism. Autism is treatable. Recovery is possible. To learn more about autism, contact the Autism Research Institute at autism.com. Don't let your child become a statistic.